You ever feel stuck? Anxious about what's next or just completely overwhelmed by how fast everything is changing? Well, just take a deep breath. This is for you. We're going to cut right through all that noise and lay out a super clear, actionable path to building the skills that, trust me, companies are desperate for right now. And let's just start right here with this. This is so important. It's not about some talent you either have or you don't. It's about being courageous and consistent. Your past, it doesn't define what you can earn. Not at all. It's about what you do starting today. So what's the first step? Understanding how the game has completely changed. Think about it like this. A degree might teach you the history of architecture, which is great, but a skill lets you actually build the house. When a company's website goes down at 3 in the morning, they're not looking for the person who wrote a paper on server infrastructure. No way. They need the person who can get it back online, like right now. And this is why skills have become the new currency. Seriously, technology is just moving so ridiculously fast that knowledge has a super short shelf life. So companies need people who can adapt and solve problems today. And that is a massive opportunity for you. It means the game isn't about where you've been anymore. It's about how quickly you can learn and apply stuff. Your curiosity? That's your new credential. This has led to this huge shift in how companies hire. It's all about show, don't tell. They're using take-home projects, they're looking at portfolios, they're doing live coding challenges. They want to see what you can actually do. And you know what? This totally levels the playing field. Your portfolio becomes your new resume. Your work speaks for itself, not the name on your diploma. Okay, so if skills are the new currency, which ones should be in your wallet? Let's break down 5 high-demand, high-paying skills that you can genuinely, I mean it, start learning this week. First up, digital marketing. And look, don't let the fancy words intimidate you. At its core, you're basically a matchmaker. You might use Google Ads to connect someone searching for best running shoes with the perfect pair. Or maybe you create an email campaign that helps a small bakery find new customers. Every single business needs to be found online, which makes this skill indispensable. Next up, copywriting. This is not about writing the next great novel. It's about using words to get a real, measurable result. And the secret weapon here? It's empathy. It's about understanding a customer's hopes and fears and then showing them how a product is the solution they've been looking for. If your words can make sales go up, you get paid very, very well for it. Then we've got graphic design. And listen to me on this one. You do not need to be some great artist. With amazing intuitive tools like Canva out there, it's really about understanding some basic principles of how to communicate visually. You're creating clean, professional stuff that businesses need every single day for social media, for their websites, for ads. A great design can literally stop someone from scrolling, and that is a powerful, powerful skill. Now, web development might sound like the most intimidating one on the list, but we're just focusing on the fundamentals here. Learning basic HTML and CSS, it's like learning the grammar of the internet. It lets you build and customize simple websites, which is a skill that small businesses will happily pay a premium for. And finally, data analysis. Again, this is not about advanced statistics, okay? It's about taking a spreadsheet full of raw numbers and turning it into a clear, actionable story. You become a translator. You're the one who tells a business, hey, here's what all this data is saying we should do next. That is an incredibly powerful position to be in. Okay, so you've picked a path. Now for the big question. How do you actually learn it without completely burning out? The answer isn't about cramming for 8 hours straight. It's all about consistency. It's about this simple but really powerful idea called the 1% growth rule. The biggest mistake people make is trying to master everything all at once. Don't do that. Instead, just focus on getting 1% better each day. The goal should be so small that it feels almost embarrassing not to do it. Seriously, like learning one new function in Excel, or watching a 5-minute tutorial on a design principle, or writing just 10 lines of HTML. That's it. And this is where the magic happens. Those tiny daily efforts, they don't just add up, they compound. I mean, look at that. That 1% a day doesn't just make you a little better, it makes you exponentially better. We're talking 37 times better. This isn't just growth, it's a complete transformation, and it's all powered by just showing up every day. So what does that 1% actually look like in action? Well, it's this mastery loop right here. But the crucial part, the thing you have to remember, is the ratio. You should only spend about 20% of your time learning, watching the tutorials, and 80% of your time actually practicing and applying that knowledge. Learning a skill is an active sport, not a passive one. All right, so you're learning, you're practicing, you're improving. Awesome. But now we get to the most important part in today's job market, creating undeniable proof of what you can do, even if you have zero professional experience. This is the question. This is what separates the hobbyist from the professional. Just relying on a certificate, that's not going to cut it. Companies want to see results. So if you don't have a client yet, well, you've got to create your own proving ground. So how do you do that? Simple. You don't wait for permission. You create your own experience. Each one of these things, building a small sample project, volunteering for a nonprofit, it's not just practice. It's a tangible asset for your portfolio. It's a piece of evidence that says, loud and clear, I can do the work. Now, this structure right here, this is your secret weapon. A really great sample project isn't just about showing off a pretty design or a cool piece of code. It's a case study. It tells a story. You start with the problem, you explain your strategic thinking, and then you present the final results. This shows an employer that you don't just execute tasks, you actually think strategically. Okay, you have the skill, you have the proof. Now for the final and, let's be honest, the most rewarding step, turning all that hard-earned expertise into actual income. And this is a massive mindset shift, because with a portfolio full of real proof, you are no longer asking for a chance. You're not. You are offering a proven solution to a business's problem. Your confidence needs to match the quality of the work you've put in. The whole goal here is just to make it easy for a client to say yes. So first, package your skills into a really clear offer, like a 3-page website build. Then lead with your absolute best piece of work. That's your anchor project, and show them how you can get similar results for them. If they're still a little hesitant, offer a small paid micro project. It's a super low-risk way for them to see how talented you are and for you to build that crucial trust. And when it's time to talk about money, please remember this. You are not charging for your time. You are charging for the value of the outcome you can produce. You've worked so hard to build that tangible proof. Now you need to charge fairly for the expertise that proof represents. So we've covered the why, the what, and the how. The only thing left is the when. Your journey to a high-value career is built on those small, consistent, daily actions. So the real question is, what's that one small, almost embarrassingly easy step that you're going to take today?